Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 3 July 2024, almost Independence Day. It is 9 o'clock on a Wednesday night, and because we don't want to interrupt the fireworks on Thursday night, we're having a knife sale tonight, and it's a pretty cool one, I believe. Before we get into the thick of it, let's do a little bit of housekeeping as usual. First off, I need you to be familiar with and agreeable to the terms of the sale. I'm going to post them on the screen for you in just a moment. I will also print them in the description underneath this video so you can read them at your leisure. Also in the description of the video, at the very top above the terms of the sale, you're going to see 3 links to previous videos on this channel. The first is entitled A Primer for Buyers. That one is a 38-minute expanded explanation of the terms of the sale. It gives you the whys and wherefores, the hows and whys of how we do things every Thursday night. So if you're new, please watch that. It'll make your purchase experiences go much more smoothly. The second link is pertinent to you if you're interested in moving along some of your collection using this weekly knife sale. It's called FAQs for Consignors, and it should contain all the information you need to get started consigning knives. The third link, as always, is to my rates and services video for the TheApostleP Knife Service, the original precision sharpening service for the online knife community. So in the all-important video description, you're going to see those 3 links at the top, then the terms of the sale, and at the bottom, the list of tonight's inventory, complete with timestamps on the left and pricing on the right. In the pricing column, you'll generally see 2 numbers. The one to the left of the slash is the price of your knife as shown in the video. The one on the right is the price as sharpened by the TheApostleP Knife Service. There will be room for just 2 knives to be sharpened next day this week because I'm kind of going to try to enjoy the holiday weekend. So the first 2 knives purchased to be sharpened will ship on Friday the 5th with all of the as shown inventory. If you fall outside those first 2, not to worry, your wait time is only going to be 2 to 3 weeks for your sharpened knife, so no big deal. If you see the word sold, all caps, exclamation point, in lieu of pricing in that far right-hand column, that means the knife you're looking at has been bought and paid for by its new owner. No need to send an inquiry or an I'll take it about anything marked sold. I believe that's it for the preliminaries. Let's get the terms up on the screen for you, and we'll be right back with the sale. Here are the terms. Let's get to it, shall we? First up, just 2 leftovers from last week's sale. Just 2 from a mega 40 knife sale last week. The first one is this. From Tops Knives. It is the TAC-TOPS Karambit, featuring a wicked, I don't even know what to call that blade. It's sort of a hawkbill. Then it's got this sharpened area up here on the spine. 1095 steel, 7 1/8 inches of blade. I don't know if these scales are black or OD canvas, one of those. I see a little green tinge. And then some red liners. Little ringtail thing going on. Kind of wants your hand there. The sheath. A beautifully made hunk of Kydex. Folded over, you get that reinforced neoprene belt loop. And let's see, it's a top, so I bet you it fits the knife pretty well. Let's see if I can get it in here. We will hear just a little bit of rattle on this one. Just a little. So let's see. We ran this last week at $140, and by the way, available to be purchased new right now on Amazon for $177. We dropped it to $125 last Saturday. Still here. Your price this week, and this is probably a last and final because I kind of had to talk this seller into dropping it for this week's sale. So it's going to be $110 like it is. $150 if I sharpen that huge hawkbill. That is the TAC-TOPS Karambit. Next up, I forgot to take this one out of the box, guys. What the heck? Oh, we'll do a big reveal here. From Boker Plus, we have the Zinker designed Urban Trapper. Kind of surprised this knife didn't sell last week. It is a titanium liner lock, scaled in blasted black G10. The pocket clip is going to be tip up deep carry, right hand only. It is a ball bearing flipper, great flipper tab for a small knife, or for a thin knife, I guess. Detent a little weak, but that was more me than the detent, I'm afraid. Let's see. It kind of wants a little push button. There, give it some authority, Rob. There we go. Blade is VG10, 3 7/16 inches in length, a beautiful horizontal satin. There's your lock engagement on the titanium liner lock. It is rock solid. Action's beautiful. Blade centering on this one is perfect. We'll call it like new in box. These are currently available online for a web retail of $122. We ran this one last week for $95. No takers. Dropped it to $85 for the weekend. Still here. Let's do $75 like it is $100 with my edge on that beautiful blade. The Boker Plus 01BO732 Urban Trapper in G10. All right, we're on to the fresh stuff already. Can you believe it? Let's kick it off with a little Spidey. This one says it's a Chicago G10 plain edge. What's a Chicago? Well, I guess because Chicago has begun to resemble the population centers of Europe, what we got is a little fusion, well, I guess it's not a fusion slip joint. It's a liner lock, but it's tiny. I don't know if Chicago has gone to a 2-inch maximum blade length, but we got a 1 15/16 blade in CTS BD1N, backed up by a stainless steel liner lock, handle with black G10 scales, ambidextrous tip-up deep carry wire pocket clip. Pretty nice in the hand. There's the lock engagement on the liner lock. The action, it's sort of meh. But the lockup is rock solid. And the centering, just about perfect on this one. Condition's going to be like new in box. These are currently available online for a web retail or Spyderco map price of $65. Let's do this one at $40 like it is. $60 with an TheApostleP edge. That is the Spyderco Chicago. Next up, more Spidey lusciousness. This one is a Kapara CQI model. And if you're wondering the difference between the Kapara original and the Kapara CQI, it was not a switch to ball bearings. It was a switch to a bushing pivot. And I would say a real bushing pivot, like a Chris Reeve, where the bushing is actually separate from the pivot instead of like a Para 2 where it's integral. Get a nice flinging knife. A deceptively long blade, 3 5/8 inches of S30V, beautiful carbon fiber, crowned carbon fiber scaled handle, nice satin finish, red G10 backspacer to give it a pop of color, compression lock mechanism, and watch this, guys, free dropper, perfectly centered, bushing doing its job. Pocket clip deep carry wire affair, ambidextrous tip up. Yeah, it's about as nice a Kapara as I think I've ever had in my hand. Like new in box. Web retail for these is $264 these days. This one we're going to offer at $180, like it is, $205 with an TheApostleP edge. The Kapara from Spyderco. Next up, the Spidey train rolls on. Next up, the Spidey train continues. We have a Manix 2 lightweight, dark blue and S110V. Dark blue we like to call Burple. You've got the Burple FRN handle, ambidextrous tip-up wire pocket clip, caged ball lock. The blade, CPM S110V, 3 3/8 inches in length, 4 5/8 handle. The caged ball lock operates beautifully. Lock up, rock solid. Centering, I guess I'm going to call this one very close. Condition is like new in box. Current Spyderco map price or web retail for this model is $195 at your favorite internet website. We're going to do this one at $120 like it is. $150 with an TheApostleP edge on that S110 blade. That's the Manix 2 lightweight in Burple and S110 from Spyderco. Next up, all Spideys all the time. Got another one from Taichung, Taiwan. This is the Perrin PPT carbon fiber model, kind of the Cadillac of Perrin PPTs. This one, sporting Anso pattern milled carbon fiber scales, a gorgeous right-hand tip-up deep carry clip with a little bit of texture. This one has a black and FDE paracord lanyard attached. The blade on the PPT, CPM S90V, 3 1/8 inches long. The handle is 4 1/4. And I guess we're going to call this a titanium liner lock knife. Interesting, isn't it? The lock side liner is visibly thicker than the offside liner. No steel insert on this one. Nice deep engagement. The tiniest touch of hydro stick just to let you know it's secure. Blade centering is perfect on this one. The lockup is rock solid. The action not free dropping on phosphor bronze, by the way, but still plenty flickable. We're going to call this near mint in box, and if I can show you why, that little dot right there is a stain, and I think there's just a little touch of it right above my thumbnail. Could you flitz that off? Yes, but I'm going to tell you it's there because, well, it's there. Okay. Discontinued, out of stock. When they were available, they had a map price or a web retail of $227. Sold listings on eBay are kind of all over the map. There was one kind of roughy that was $190 sold, all the way up to $360. Most of them in the high twos, I guess. Your price on this one, $225 like it is, $255 with an TheApostleP edge. That is the Perrin PPT carbon fiber. Next up, here's a knife that's near and dear to my heart because I own one just like it. It's a Spyderco from Golden, Colorado, USA Earth. It's a Paramilitary 2 in carbon fiber and M4. Yes, there you go. Peel ply carbon fiber scale, so they have some texture. This one is wearing, and I'm not sure who made this one. Is it an MXG? But it is a long titanium deep carry clip mounted currently for right-hand tip down, but it's a 4-way clip. No original clip with this one. The blade, 3 7/16 inches of CPM M4. This was a highly desirable sprint run. The handle, by the way, is 4 13/16. Lockup, rock solid. Action, almost free dropping. Close enough, I guess I would say. There we go. Centering, let's see, what did I write down? Perfect. I'm going to call this near mint in box. There's a little bit of haze developing on the M4, but not bad. Not bad at all. As you know, it is a high carbon tool steel. You do have to sort of look after it a little bit, but it makes up for it in performance. These are discontinued and out of stock. Current listings on eBay. No sold listings to speak of, but there are current listings available. Most of them buy it nows, ranging between $277 and $507. Your price for this one, $260, like it is $290 with an ApostleP edge. In my estimation, the best paramilitary 2 ever made. What a beauty. Next up, more Spidey. I think we sold one of these a couple weeks ago and it went kind of quick, so I'm happy to have another one. It's a Spyderco from Taichung. It is the Magnitude. Okay, so a Peter Carey design, larger than the Rubicon. Love his maker's mark, by the way. So we have kind of a modified Spidey foot blade on the Magnitude in S30V. The blade's 3.5 inches in length. The handle is titanium frame or thick liners, scaled in beautifully crowned carbon fiber. You have a flat dark earth G10 pivot collar on both sides and a backspacer of that same material. Nice smelling. The bespoke Peter Carey pocket clip, right hand tip up only. There is your engagement on that titanium locking leaf. It is rock solid. Beautiful ball bearing pivot. Beautiful flinging action. And the centering, dead. Lock up, rock solid. We're going to call this near mint in box. They are discontinued and out of stock. There's one sold listing on eBay, and it's $375. We sold the twin to this on the 20th of June for $275. That's how much this one is. $275 like it is. $300 if you like it with an ApostleP edge. The Magnitude from Spyderco. Next up, heads up to whoever bought that carbon fiber and M4 Para 2, because we have something to go with it. This is the Yojimbo 2 in carbon fiber and 20 CV. So, not peel ply, but satin carbon fiber on this one. 4-way clip mount. It is wearing a Casey Lynch deep carry titanium pocket clip. No original in the box for this one. Compression lock mechanism. Flicks out beautifully, just right detent on this one. There's your S90V designation for the blade. You've got a 3 1/4 inch blade, 4 7/16 handle. So nice in the hand. I know these are designed to be like a fighting knife, but they're really nice EDC blades as well. Lock up, rock solid. Action, free dropping. Centering is perfect. Near mint in box. Clip replacement noted. These are discontinued and out of stock. Let's see. One of these sold on Arizona Custom Knives for $260. Country Knives had one pre-owned that they sold for $330. Your price on this one, $240 like it is, $270 with an ApostleP edge on that 20 CV blade. The Spyderco Yojimbo 2, carbon fiber and 20 CV. Next up, a pretty special little knife from Monterey Bay. It's one that you really can't find anymore. They quit producing them. It is the EWC from Monterey Bay. Ray Laconico design, as the spine etch will show you. There we go. It's a flipper. but it doesn't lock. I'm going to wipe my fingerprints off this beautiful satin blade. It is a double detent slip joint. Detent full open, no half stop, but a detent at full closed. I'm assuming it's on ball bearings. You have a 2 7/8 blade in Bowler M390, a 3 7/8 decidedly Laconico handle. Got a right-hand tip up, milled titanium pocket clip, open construction. Beautiful little knife in the hand. I like the flipper tab on this one. You can't really say there's lockup, but zero side play. Perfect detents. Perfect centering. We're going to say this is near mint to like new in pouch. They are discontinued and out of stock. Can't buy them on Monterey Bay's website or anywhere else brand new. There's one sold listing on Arizona Custom Knives for this exact model. It's sold at $499. This one could be yours. $375 shipped priority mail. $400 if you'd like it to come with my, I'm sorry, that's the wrong number. $340 like it is. $370 with my edge. I got to quit reading the wrong line. Anyway, $340, not $499 or even $375. $340 like it is. $370 sharpened. The Monterey Bay EWC CF. Next up, got a pretty interesting knife for you here, guys. So the box is actually the seller, not the maker. So custom knives from Africa, African custom knives. Even get a little card. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The knife is by J.D. Van Deventer, and it is just called the J.D. Van Deventer EDC Framelock. So you got a nice crowned carbon fiber scale, and is that a carbon fiber backspacer? I think it is. Kind of a dark acid stonewashed titanium frame. Deep carry right-hand tip-down pocket clip. I love how the ends of the screws are finished as you see them coming through the titanium. Just beautiful. I guess you'd call this a front flipper. I will not try to front flip. And then you got an N690 blade, polished flats, acid stonewash swedge, and primary bevel. Gorgeous drop point. 2 7/8 inches of Bowler N690. And then a 3 3/4 handle. How is it in the hand? Well, it's really, really nice. There is the engagement on your titanium frame lock. Non-steel inserted. Let's see. No stick. No play, no slip. Beautifully done. You saw the action. It's amazing. The centering is just about perfect to my eye. We call it near mint to like new in box. These are out of stock, and when they were available, they had a web retail of $590. But you're not just going to get the knife. You're also going to get a power bank. And now it says nationwide. It was probably a promotional gift. But it is the Axial SM-2826 BK, a 4,000 milliamp hour power bank. I think they're worth about $20. They're not expensive. But you're going to get both of those. And your price? $375 like it is. $400 if you like my edge on the Van Deventer. Pretty nice little package, I would say. Huh? Next up, got an interesting one for you. From Trivisa. There's no label on the box, but I can tell you what it is. Oh, here's a card. A product certificate made December of 2021. And it comes in that gorgeous leather belt pouch. Just beautiful, man. The knife is the Aquarius-01 And it is a fusion slip joint. And man, what a cool little knife. So I have bolsters and liners that are integral, one piece, in titanium. The back spring is beautifully file worked in some kind of spring steel. The covers are desert ironwood. The blade is M390, 2 15/16 inches of full flat ground clip point. Pull weight, about a 6. Beautiful walk and talk. Centering, I am calling very close. I think it favors the top as you're looking at it. And you can pinch it open. But it's wearing an ApostleP edge. Yeah. Doesn't appear to have ever been used since I sharpened it. How about that? So, we'll call it near mint in box. These are available new for $159 web retail. This one with my edge on it that was a $25 or $30 job. $85 shipped priority mail. No need to sharpen. And it's going to come with this little peanut-sized Barlow with a clip and a spay. Just a little freebie we're throwing in. Okay? That is the Trivisa Aquarius 01. Next up, a really, really, really cool little knife from Boker. Solingen. Not a plus, a real Boker. Get a pouch inside and all that good stuff. We'll see the knife. It's pretty cool. It's really pretty cool. It is the model number 111515 SOI Trapper. And I think this was it was a Smoky Mountain Knife Works dealer exclusive. The bolsters and liners appear to be integral, and they are in copper. The covers are, what do they call this? Pressed burlap micarta. The blade is in 01 tool steel with a dark acid stone wash. How about that? Nice sort of muskrat clip. The closed length is 4 3/16, so the blade's probably 3.5. About a 7 pull on a cam tang. Really nice walk and talk. The blade centering on this trapper is very close. I think it favors the top slightly as you're looking at it. Condition is like new in the box. They are currently available at Smoky Mountain for $157. You can have this one for $95 like it is. $120 with an ApostleP edge. The Boker 111515 SOI Trapper. Beautiful little knife. Next up, we have a Remington UMC knife made in the United States. This would have been one of the last Remingtons made by Schrade, I believe. It is 3 9/16 inches in closed length. Nickel silver bolsters, brass liners. Smooth wood is all we know about those covers. It appears to be a laminated product or like a plywood. Bullet shield. Main muskrat clip with the Remington trademark. USA made on the blade tang. Secondary blade comes out from the backside. It's a spay. Pull weight, I guess I'm going to call it a 6.5. Walk and talk is nice. Centering is very close. The space seems to be right down the middle. The muskrat clip a little bit to the low side. Condition on this one will be near mint in box. No longer made. These have been gone for quite a while, but they're still ubiquitous in the market. Sold listings on eBay ranging between $47 and $65. Let's do this one at $50 like it is. $80 I sharpened both blades. On the Remington UMC Pioneer Bullet Trapper Limited Edition, by the way. And you're going to get a cheap Chinese multi-tool for free in the box. plastic handles. Not much to speak of there, but you get it. It's there. Let me put you back in your little home. Okay. Next up, here you go. I think I teased you guys about this yesterday. We have a multi-tool, and it's branded Mathews, just like my bow. A multi-tool for a bowman in a nice nylon belt pouch with a leather patch. What do you got here? Well, it's a little bit driver kit, so the handle of this multi-tool must accommodate those. Look at that. A Kutmaster Multimaster with the Mathews branding, all steel construction. You got a little ruler. I think this is some kind of a crimping tool. I'm not sure. There's your bit driver. You got your pliers. And then out of the handle come all these implements. Serrated blade, saw, file, 2 different patterns on the file, clip point blade. The length of this thing, and it doesn't fold any farther than this to my knowledge, 5 3/4 tip to tip. We'll call it near mint with sheath. And how about $40 for that one? There you go, Mathews boys. There you go, Mathews boys. Oh, 60 if you want me to sharpen the clip point. Next up, got a little Great Eastern Cutlery party starting. Oh, I forgot one. We don't yet. First up, looky here, boys. We have a big long box from Spyderco, and the label says it's the Spider Thrower Large. So this is a set of 3 throwing knives. 8CR13 MOV is your steel, kind of a 2-tone, black bevels. Notice it's only sharpened at the tip because it's a throwing knife. Okay, so blade length is 6 inches. The handle's 5 1/8. Looks like the stock is 5/32. They have some heft. Okay, and they come. Well, the sheath only accommodates. It does accommodate all 3. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. Let's see here. Look at there. Beautifully made sheath, gotta say. The other 2 knives are in the box. They're all brand new. That set retails, web retails, Spyderco MAP price for $85. Let's do $55, like new in the box. The throwing knives from Spyderco. We're not sharpening anything there. And you're going to get this cheesy little fake Swiss Army knife. It's got a little, I don't know what this is, a flashlight. Does it work? I don't think so. I don't know. Anyway, give that to your brother-in-law in his Christmas stocking. Okay. Next up, what do we got? Oh, we have this. From Great Eastern Cutlery's Northfield Unexcelled line. And guys, I've got, I think, 3 of these same models, so be specific in your I'll take it. This is the 592322 Shaffer Farm Whittler in Desert Ironwood. So the 59 pattern, kind of the, I think it's the latest split back Whittler. Notice the wedge center spacer. The latest split back from Great Eastern Cutlery. The closed length is 3 9/16. Here's the blade set. Main spear with a cut swedge and a nail nick. And this is a Northfield with polished blades. It's on a cam tang, about a 7 pull. And then the secondaries are a coping blade and a pen blade on half stops. The walk and talk is very nice. Very slight rub on the secondaries. Not unusual. We'll call it near mint in tube. Your price for this Ironwood 59, $180 like it is, $220. I sharpen all 3 blades. Next up. Oh, that's going to be, by the way, Desert Ironwood number 1 with the polished blades. Next we have the same knife, different tube label, still 592322, Shaffer Farm Whittler in Desert Ironwood. This will be number 2, and same closed length, 3 9/16, same Desert Ironwood covers. These are maybe a little better looking. Cloud shield, lined bolsters, split back Whittler, main spear, and notice, get the new Northfield etch, and satin blades, cut swedge and a nail neck. About a 7 pull on a cam, and then the secondaries on half stops. 0 blade rub on this one. So not as highly finished with the satin blades, but maybe a little better mechanically than the number 1 knife. Same price, $180 like it is, $220. I sharpen all 3 blades. Then GEC Northfield number 59, Shaffer Farm Whittler, and Ironwood number 2. Next up, a mild save me from myself moment. This is from the GEC Tidioute cutlery line. It is also a Shaffer Farm Whittler, model 592322. This one in Hummingbird acrylic. One of these days, I'm going to buy a Hummingbird acrylic GEC and actually keep it. That's for you, Mike Latham. Okay, here we go. So same knife we just looked at in the last 2. Split back Whittler, 59 pattern, 3 9/16 inches in length, plain bolsters and end caps. You have the shield. Main spear, satin, cut swedge, and a long pull, or a nail neck. Very minimal rub from the coping blade. And a pen blade. Secondaries are on half stops. Beautiful walk and talk. We're going to say near mint in tube. And I got to turn the page to see my price. I think it's $160. Let's see if I remember right. It is $160 like it is. $200 if I sharpen all the blades. The GEC Tidioute number 59, Shaffer Farm Whittler, Hummingbird. Next up, another mildly save me from myself moment coming up. From Great Eastern Cutlery's Tidioute line, we have a number 68 Pony Jack, model 681221 in Cocobolo wood, with a Pony Jack button. Here's the knife. It's kind of a small cigar. I guess it's a boy's knife. I guess by the length we could call it that. Just 3 7/16 inches of closed length. 1095 steel main blade. Gorgeous Cocobolo. All steel construction, by the way. So liners and bolsters and end caps, all steel polished. Cam tang. 7 pull. Pen secondary. How about that clip on a Tidioute, guys? Long pull cut swedge, Pony Jack etch. How's the blade centering? Well, doggone if it ain't perfect. It really is. Condition near mint to like new in tube with button. Your price? $140 like it is. $170 I sharpen both blades. The GEC Tidioute number 68 Pony Jack in Cocobolo. Next up, we have just one of those tube labels that gives you that warm fuzzy. Tom's Back, it says. Tidioute Cutlery. 1095 carbon steel. There are Tom and Huck hanging out at the fence. Model number 141122 in Cocobolo. It is the number 14 Lick Creek Barlow, all steel construction, bolsters and liners. Gorgeous Cocobolo. Single clip point blade with the Tom's Choice etch. Long pull cut swedge. Luscious walk and talk. 5.5 pull. Light but beautiful. 3 1/16 inch closed length. Centering on this one, I'm calling, what am I calling it? Close. Let's see, it's going to favor the top as you're looking at it. There you go. Condition like new in tube. Your price, $175 like it is, $195 with my edge. The GEC Tidioute number 14, Lick Creek Barlow. Next up, got one from Olight, and it is the Valkyrie PL2 weapon light. Suitable for mounting on a pistola. We got a dark gray, hard anodized aluminum body, then some polymer going back here. Your battery hatch is operated thusly, and then you sort of have to hold that latch up while you close it. Let's see. There we go. And then you shut it. Okay. So it turns on by either button from the side. If you squeeze them both, you get a strobe. Output is 1200 lumens, 235 meters of throw. I think that's farther than you can shoot your pistol accurately. 3 1/4 inch overall length. It's powered by 2 CR123A batteries. It's like new in the box. These are discontinued and out of stock. I think they've moved on in the Valkyrie series to like a PL3 or 4 by now. But your price for this like new in box example, not $120, $80 shipped priority mail. No need to sharpen. That's the Olight Valkyrie PL2 weapon light. Next up, man, this might be the buy of the sale. We got a reissue box from Chris Reeve Knives. It says so right there. I have here a sales invoice from Chris Reeve that says that this here knife has just been to the spa. And it got, see, there's your spa treatment. It didn't get sharpened at Chris Reeve because it came here for that. But anyway, new birth card, new box, double lugs installed, a blue backspacer, and a new lanyard pin. I don't think there's a lanyard in the box though. Okay, and then here's your reissue birth card. It was made January 11th of 2021. It's new hardness spec S35. And here it is. Oh, yeah. Factory fresh, baby. Except it's better than factory fresh because it's wearing an ApostleP edge. Ooh, sticky. Oh. So you know the dimensions, but we'll tell you anyway. 3 9/16 blade, 4 3/4 handle, Reeve integral lock with the ceramic ball interface because it's a 31. Oh, apparently I might have worked on this. Apparently I did. Let's see. Oh, no play. Centering. How about that? How about that? Would perfect be okay? I think that's about the nicest 31 you can buy. And it's a double lug with a blue bushing in the back. If you were to buy this knife brand new, if you could find one, which you probably can't, it would run you $525. This one you can buy for $430 like it is. Absolutely no need to do anything to it. It is ready to rock. The Chris Reeve Large Sebenza 31 double lug with an ApostleP edge. How about that? Next up, okay, boys, we got some rarefied air Spidey stuff coming. We got a pouch. We got a tag. It says it's the Paisan Titanium S90V. Here's the knife. The Paisan designed by, is it what's the guy's first name? Recenti is his last name. I can't remember his first name. Integral titanium frame lock handle. Very cool lanyard hole. You might have to, be Spidey or a Strider mindful about that lanyard hole. Kind of close to the point. Opens with a hole on ball bearings. The blade, 3 13/16 inches of tumble polished S90V, wearing an ApostleP edge. And guys, if you own a Python or if you've ever looked at a Python, the blades are kind of thick and wedgy. That is no picnic of a sharpening job, I'm here to tell you. They're just a little wedgy. And they mostly from the factory don't cut too good. This one does. Steel inserted titanium frame lock. Right hand tip up only, standard Spidey pocket clip. This knife was brand new in box when I sharpened it. Because of that, and those of you who know the Python, you know that at the bottom of the blade tang radius, it kind of comes up or toward the lock bar. And as these wear in, the steel insert catches that leading edge. It's not really lock stick because I can move it until it gets to that point, and then I get a little stick. That does go away, but it's there now. That's how new this knife is, just so you know. Blade centering is perfection. Action is beautiful. Lockup is rock solid. So we'll call it near mint in box because of the sharpening. These are discontinued and out of stock. When they were available, they had a Spyderco map price web retail of $644. Sold listings on eBay for this discontinued and out of stock model between $695 and $750. This one is going to be $600, and it's because I know this is going to give you guys some trepidation. Okay, that would be a steal, by the way. That is in your inventory as Spyderco Python TAP for my edge, number 1. Next up, you guessed it, Spyderco Python number 2. So this knife was a bit of a user, a light user, but you're going to see some trails in the spine of that integral titanium handle. No big deal. This is wearing a long Casey Lynch deep carry titanium pocket clip, right hand tip up. No factory clip with this one. The blade, S90V, 3 13/16 inches in length, also wearing my edge. And I'll give you the same spiel on this one as I did on the last. If you've ever had a Python, you know they're kind of wedgy and don't cut too good from the factory. This one will, and not a fun sharpening job. You'll be happy that it's already been done. There's your lock engagement. Notice that stick on the bottom of the radius on this one, because it was a user, all but gone. And these are both from the same consignor, and he told me they both had the same amount when they were new. Centering is perfect. Condition very near mint in box with an ApostleP edge. Spyderco Python TAP number 2. Out of stock at $644 map. Sold listings on eBay between $695 and $750. This one with an ApostleP edge, broken in, $640. No need to sharpen. The Python TAP number 2 from Spyderco. Next up, we have reached the Rob's Pick point of tonight's sale, because this knife is just near and dear to my heart. It's a Spyderco from Seki City, Japan. It says Endura Blue FRN. But looky here. What we got going on here? This Endura, and these scales are not teal. They are bright blue. If they're showing up with a teal cast, that's not accurate. Volcano Grip FRN, black clip, 4-way positionable. The blade, DLC coated S35VN. Have you seen this somewhere before? If you've watched the Nut and Fancy project, you have, because this is the TNP Endura, And it is number 424 of 1,009 pieces produced. Okay? S35 blade, 3 3/4 inches in length, 4 15/16 handle, mid-lock mechanism, phosphor bronze washers, and a hole. And that blade is very free, but locks up dead rock solid. The centering, not so much. Favors the top. Condition, I'm going to say it's near mint to like new in box. These are discontinued and out of stock. There are no sold listings on eBay. One current listing at a $150 buy it now, which is probably a buy. This one, $125 like it is, $150 if you want my edge on it. That's the Spyderco Endura FFG TNP Blue DLC S35, the Rob's pick tonight. Next up, more Spidey. There you go. More Golden, Colorado, USA Earth. This is Manix 2 Black Plain. So this would be a Manix 2 lightweight in black FRN. Ambidextrous tip-up wire pocket clip. The blade, kind of a cool finish. It looks like these were blasted and then tumble polished. CTS BD1 from Carpenter is your blade steel. The blade length, 3 3/8. The handle, 4 5/8. Has the caged ball lock. Not quite a free dropper, but close. Still plenty flickable action. Rock solid lockup. Centering on this one, close, but favors the top ever so slightly. Condition is near mint to like new in box. Currently available brand new at your favorite knife retailer for $136. This one can be yours, $95 shipped priority mail. $120 with an TheApostleP edge. That is Spyderco Manix 2 lightweight LW BK-BD1N. You need all that in your I'll take it because we have another one of these that's different. Next up, man, this knife used to be so smoking hot. It still kind of is. From Spyderco by way of Taiwan. It's the Smock carbon fiber. It's kind of the only knife Spyderco's ever made like this. So you have your new generation carbon fiber over G10 laminate scales with lots of nice texture. Maybe the most deeply textured of this material I've ever seen. It's quite nice. We have a button actuated compression lock, and we've got a ball bearing pivot. We can flip, or we can flick. The blade, S30V, 3.5 inches in length. A forward choil that is also relief for that button mechanism. Hollow ground sheep's foot, pretty cool looking blade. Behind that 3.5 blade is a 4.5 inch handle. The pocket clip will be ambidextrous tip up. Lock up, dead rock solid. Centering is perfect. It's like new in the box. These are currently in stock. Web retail is $228. This one, $180 like it is. $205 if you like it with my edge. That's the Spyderco Smock. Next up, we have a beauty. A beauty from TAC-TOPS Knives. This is a custom bulldog, not a mid-tech made by Bark River, but a TAC-TOPS custom bulldog in CPN 154 with natural canvas micarta scales. And here's the knife. I'll show you what I love about this thing in just a second. Anyhow, that CPM 154 blade in a very dark acid stonewash is 3 5/16 inches in length. But the cool thing about this knife is that the spine is hafted after the acid stonewash, and look at the thickness, just under 1/8 of an inch. So a knife that was originally conceived by Dan to be kind of a thick stubby is now a thin slicey stubby. Just beautiful in the hand. One thing TAC-TOPS does better than almost anybody is make knife handles that feel great in the hand and present the knife in a perfect position. So you got sort of a high saber grind, a nice harpoon swedge, Anso pattern natural canvas, black liners, black pins. They appear to be carbon fiber. It's like new in the box. My seller purchased this brand new from the maker for $425. It can be yours. $275 like it is, $300 with my edge. No sheath with this knife, by the way. That'll give you a little project to find appropriate leather or kydex for this little beauty. That is the TAC-TOPS Knives Custom Bulldog. Next up, we have the true save me from myself moment in tonight's sale. Oh, guys. Swiss-made Cadet ALOX Winter Magic 2023. I'm going to give you a little hint. It comes with a charm. Just a little charm. And a little gator clasp there, crab claw clasp. Look at this thing, guys. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Those are milled ALOX scales with a multicolor ano to emulate snowy mountains of Switzerland. Oh my. So it's just a cadet inside, spear point blade, fingernail tool, small screwdriver can opener, large screwdriver bottle opener, and wire cutter. Everything works beautifully. Condition, like new in the box. They're discontinued, not a stock, of course. These were a Winter Magic 2023. Sold listings on eBay between $118 and $139. Your price for this one, $100 like it is. $120. I sharpened that spear point. The Victorinox Cadet Winter Magic 2023. Don't sleep on this one or it's going to be in my collection. That's all I'm saying. Next up, we got a little Italy and Oklahoma connection for you. This plain white box is from Viper Knives. Really, I promise. The knife inside the box is a sort of a collaboration, special factory order by collectorknives.net. This Mac, Collector Knives. So, and this has had a little work done. Notice that the titanium bolster's polished. So's the back spring and the blade. I think this is all done by the owner. So it's called the Swayback in natural canvas micarta. You get that stunning Wharncliffe blade in M390. The blade length is 2 7/8. The handle is 3 5/8. You have a bail, which I've never seen this knife outfitted like this. Pretty cool. Nice walk and talk. 7.5 pull. Centering's perfect. So, you know, and it's also sharpened by the owner, and he did a heck of a nice job. So I'm not even going to tell you you need to sharpen it. It's ready to rock. So because of the mods, the polishing, I'm going to call it excellent to near mint in box. These are out of stock at Collector Knives. You have to buy this one, $85, shipped priority mail. No need to sharpen. That's in your inventory as Viper CK Swayback Natural Canvas. Be specific, because I have another one coming. So next up is the other one. Also from Viper Knives, also for Collector Knives, also a Swayback, but this one is bone stock. So your titanium liners, not polished, back spring is because it's steel. Beautiful stag covers, very nice match. Got a bail, and I got that same gorgeous Wharncliffe blade. This one is satin finished. M390 is your blade steel. 2 7/8 is the blade length. 3 5/8 is the handle length. It's a half-stop slip joint fusion variety. Nice walk and talk. 7.5 pull. Maybe a 7 on this one. And this one also has been sharpened and does not need any of my help. Very nice job. So we'll call this near mint in box sharpening noted. They are out of stock. You can have this one though for $130 shipped priority mail. No need to sharpen. That's the Viper CK swayback in stack. Next up, we have a Boker Tree Brand Classic from Solingen. It is the 7474B Stockman. Here we go. We got some brown, you could call it jig bone, you could call it pick bone. Very organic looking jigging pattern. Smooth nickel silver bolsters, brass liners, closed length, 4 inches. Blades are stainless and they're etched. Tree Brand Classic. The main is a clip point with a long pull and a slight drawn swedge. The pull is, I wrote 7, but I might say 6.5. All cams on this knife. Then your center blade is a sheep's foot. And your third blade is a spay. Nice and snappy. A beautifully made pocket knife. I saw a very, very slight rub, but nice centering. Nice walk and talk. 1990s production. Good luck finding one. Got to be worth $65, and that's your price. $105 a sharp end, all 3 blades. That's the Boker Tree Brand 7474B Stockman. Next up, we're going to finish up with some GEC. Working man's variety. Affordable GECs. This is a Tidioute Cutlery Barlow number 14, produced in 2022, number 141122, in goldenrod saw cut bone. What a stunner that is. 3 1/16 closed length, great looking goldenrod saw cut. All steel construction, single clip point blade. Just a 5 pull, but guys, it's so good. Walk and talk is so nice. And look at that clip. Man, what a gorgeous blade. Yes. Centering on this one. See if I can catch it in the light. There you go. Very close. Like new in tube, your price, $145 like it is. $165 with my edge. That is the GEC Tidioute number 14 TC Barlow. Oh, goldenrod GR saw cut bone. That brings us to the last knife in tonight's sale. And since it is the Independence Day sale, let's do a GEC Northfield number 94 Liberty Jack in garnet jigged bone. What a little beauty. Just 3 1/4 inches of closed length, triple line nickel silver bolsters, chamfered end caps. There is your garnet jig bone, the big unexcelled shield. It's almost a mini gun stock. Shocking. There is the best looking clip point ever made. Long pull cut swedge. Let's see. Pull weight 6. Stunning walk and talk. Centering on this one, well, you know, we had to give up somewhere. Not quite centered. Like new in the tube, your Independence Day price, $145 like it is, $165 with my edge. That is the Liberty Jack from Northfield Unexcelled and GEC. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of another weekly knife sale on the Apostle P channel. Hope you enjoyed it. I sure did. Now get out there and send up some fireworks and show the world we still love America as conceived. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the word is sharp. Now commence to clicking. Happy birthday, USA.